So here we are joining the Web3 Music Summit. So we are very excited to be here and see a lot of people from a new industry for us, which is music.
Well, we're here and it's super exciting. It's the Web3 Music Summit, so it brings together blockchain, music, Web3, all of these future forward-thinking technologies, and couldn't be more excited to be here.
Super excited about Web3 music and also having this conference happening in Europe, which is not usual. I'm bringing basically the most important voices right now to the space.
It's a huge community from artists, musicians and technologists as well.
I think it's great. There's a lot of cross collaboration with folks that have never heard of this thing that we call Web3, and some folks in Web3 that have never heard of some of these folks in the music industry that we're really excited to collaborate with.
I found a lot of people here that are building, Latin American record labels or record labels in France or something like that. And so just understanding what people think is interesting and exciting today, and then finding a way just to help connect all the dots together.
I'm on conference here trying to learn more about the Web3 space. There's lots of inspirational people here. It's part of my education process.
So we're here today for this great event, trying to showcase how blockchain can actually help the music industry and give some concrete example about technologies, use cases that can help the music industry bridge and shift into Web3.
People working in the industry saying to me, wow, I'm a little bit scared about what's happening, and they felt like it's a new thing that they needed to be in and learn and have new challenges and experiment. I think it's a really good thing.
But I think it's a worldwide challenge. We figured out that Web 2 doesn't work. We figured out that we're giving too much power and too much centralization to few companies. So we are all figuring it out, how we can create a better web, a better architecture for the web. And this one applies to any industry, individual, small, big.
What we focus on today is actually how will it change from Web 2 to Web 3.
Well, right now, I think Web 3 requires a strong curiosity because it's demanding in terms of how do you interact with it. It's like you have to learn a bunch of stuff to kind of like really get into it.
Because the infrastructure is largely built now, but the use cases are still bubbling up and people still aren't quite sure exactly which ones they'll be able to use. So that's where we are, that's what we're supporting.
Yeah, so right now it's a lot of R&D, a lot of research and development, forming a lot of strategic partnerships with large platforms, a lot of household names, the likes of OpenSea, etc. A lot of more music-focused platforms as well that are more Web3 native.
And entrepreneurs and founders of technology startups really start to figure out how to solve problems with the technology, and then people don't really realize that the technology is there at all, and it kind of just fades into significance without anybody really knowing.
But I think that the passion and dedication that people have shown to exploring and refining Web3 models, it really speaks to how dysfunctional the music industry is at present and how limited the options are for artists who just want to make a living.
And there was a big change in music industry like 25 years ago, because what we had before were musicians, and they were basically making a record, and on the record they earned their money. And then they made a tour to promote the record.
Right now, a lot of artists, they're stuck on the treadmill, if you will, of Spotify, of DSPs, and making sure that their art is correct.
And this is fundamentally wrong, because content production should be paid. And so we have the situation now that it is wrong, and now we have to think about how can we use decentralization to actually get rid of the intermediaries.
So we think content creators should own their music, not only from an artistic standpoint, but also from a digital standpoint.
Basically, all the people who has been here, how will be the future shaped thanks to the Web3 technology.
We're building the foundations for the future of the music industry.
So we are here to have these fantastic conversations to unlock the future.
But I would say the audience that's at specifically this event are people who are very excited about music. You know, they're very passionate about music technology and they're very interested in what the future of that looks like.
I think the future of the music industry will only be secured if there are more paths to success and to financial sustainability for artists, because at the moment it's super limited.
The technology allows to remove a lot of middlemen and organizations that are sitting in between the consumer and the creator, and all of those middlemen are taking a slice of the value.
We felt that people in the industry needed to find this new technology.
So Web3 helps removing that and giving more back to the creators, which are the ones who really are producing and creating value.
The fact that we need more options and more paths for artists, like it currently feels like there's very limited paths to success for artists, and that needs to change because we need art and we need music.